Hello, my name is Benjamin Rosenzweig, and I am dying. I have a heart disease condition that causes me to have chronic chest pains all day, every day, to the point that I can't sleep at night unless I take an assortment of prescription drugs, all of which come with their own host of very negative side effects. Even with my medications, I still get chest pains when I exercise too much, drink too much coffee, don't get enough sleep, or experience too much stress. As a result, I take care of myself as best I can, as effectively as I can, and I've studied nutrition, diet, and human health a great deal in the past few years. But regardless of how well I take care of myself, if nothing changes, there's very little chance I'll make it past the age of 40. Worse, as I get older, my heart condition will only continue to get worse, as will the pain. However, there is hope in the form of stem cell therapy. Now, it's important to note here that there are thousands of stem cell therapy clinics across the United States today, and that this treatment is widely available. And it's even more important to note that the stem cells are extracted out of adult bone marrow or fat tissue, not from unborn babies. So if you're not familiar with this, you see, stem cells were first discovered in the cells of unborn children in fetuses, aborted babies, back in 1981. And as you can imagine, this led to a tremendous amount of controversy. When scientists first began experimenting with stem cells, they used embryonic, that is, the unborn children's stem cells, and so essentially they were extracting the stem cells from the corpses of dead babies. Now, many people today who lived through the 1980s and all that controversy with protests on both sides still believe that stem cell therapy is only possible with embryonic stem cells. That is not the case. For the past 20 years, stem cell clinics throughout the United States have been administering stem cell therapy with adult stem cells. And no stem cell clinic has ever utilized embryonic stem cells, at least not in the United States. And furthermore, adult stem cells are just as effective, if not more effective, than embryonic stem cells. Regardless, as the title of this video suggests, stem cell therapy can reverse, and in some cases, even completely cure heart disease. I'll link to the CNN article about this discovery below, as well as to news articles about similar studies, and I'll directly link to several landmark studies, the studies themselves, showing that stem cells can indeed reverse heart disease. That will be in the description below, all those links, so you can do your own research. That being said, while there are thousands of clinics that offer stem cell therapy in the United States, there's not a single health insurance company that covers the cost of stem cell therapy. And I don't blame them. If they did cover the cost of stem cell therapy, they'd go bankrupt. Stem cell therapy not only reverse heart disease, it can be used to help heal almost any damaged joint, any damaged and painful joint. It can be used to fix most back problems. It can be used to boost the immune system. One famous case is Joe Rogan used stem cell therapy to get rid of his bulging disc without any surgery necessary. And you can also look at the fact that many UFC fighters and NFL players have received stem cell therapy to effectively treat numerous types of broken bones and back problems without needing any surgery. So that's something I'll also link to below about all these professional athletes in the NFL, the NBA, NHL, and the UFC utilizing these adult stem cells to successfully treat their conditions, painful joints, not broken backs, but painful back conditions and so on. But stem cell therapy is now finally affordable. It can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, which for most middle class people is affordable. The stem cell therapy I require, which simply involves administering stem cells intravenously into the bloodstream such that it can reach my heart, would cost somewhere around $10,000. Unfortunately for me, I am not in a financial position to afford this treatment at the moment. Of course, I should be able to afford it. I should have a career by now where I'm easily able to afford the treatment, or I should be able to take out a loan or work 2 jobs for a year and save up $10,000. Unfortunately, my heart disease not only limits my ability to work, but it's been coincided with a history of depression, anxiety, and insomnia. And you can imagine why. In the past, I thought, will I make it to 30? Will I make it to 40? Most likely not, so what's the point? It made it very difficult to stay motivated. Now, I'm finding that there is in fact hope. That heart disease can in fact be reversed. This is a major finding that most people aren't familiar with. It didn't receive the amount of news coverage that it should have. Regardless, I find myself at this juncture in my life without a real career and a shitty credit rating, because I lived my life like there wasn't much life to live. Now I see there's hope, and I'm doing everything in my power to be able to live a long life. Now, as of the past few years, I've been able to successfully cure or reverse my anxiety and depression with a combination of rational emotive behavioral therapy as well as diet and lifestyle changes, which have also really helped with my heart condition. I've spent the last year or so working myself in order to I've spent the last year of my life working very hard on myself in order to overcome past traumas and in order to finally develop some level of happiness. And so I've been more motivated and looking more into things that could help me health-wise, and I've learned a great deal. I discovered what did and didn't work for me, diet and lifestyle-wise and supplement-wise, and in terms of treatments like HRV training and CES treatment, all of which I'll discuss in my next video. But regardless, so I cured my depression and anxiety, and now I hope to cure my heart disease and to start my career and to have a positive impact on the world. And so I'm starting this video series to chronicle my journey towards curing, or at least somewhat reversing or alleviating my heart disease. Now, I might be able to save up enough money to cover the cost of stem cell therapy myself. I don't know. My heart condition only has gotten worse with time, and it makes it very difficult for me to work anything more than a part-time job. And although I've cured my depression, I still often have found myself struggling with motivation. However, I may be able to change all that if I continue to work on myself. Failing that, I'm also going to start some sort of online fundraiser, something like a GoFundMe page, with the strict contractual stipulation that all the money go to the U.S. Stem Cell Therapy Clinic in Sunrise, Florida, to cover the cost of treatment. And so I hope you consider helping out. I'll link to that below as soon as I get that set up. Through these upcoming video series, I hope to inform people that, among other things, there's indeed hope if you have a life-threatening heart condition. I'm also going to discuss numerous effective methods of curing depression, anxiety, and insomnia. So, it's a win-win. Even if I fail, I'll still have ended my life by making a positive impact on the world. My life will still have meaning. Will have had meaning. And at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for.